Hello, my name is CarX82 and welcome back to our GregTech Horizons Season 2. Got some creepers down here, not sure why. I don't know if they fell off here. You'd think they would take enough damage to not survive the fall. I'm not sure where they came from because there's nothing else around. Weird. Not flew here. I teleported here because I actually, when I set this one up, I didn't actually connect it to the subnet to output the stuff. And I was kind of curious. I'm like, yeah, it is producing the stuff. It feels really weird not saving the stuff. And now that I'm thinking about it, we are actually getting Universium from these. So yeah, we are kind of wasting by not connecting this. Aren't we getting University? I feel like there it is. Yeah, Molten University. We are actually getting it. So yeah, I just convinced myself. I think we do want to connect this. It's not a whole lot of the stuff, but it's just, it is running continuously. So it will like add up. I mean, that's 243. That's like 1,000 something ingots, isn't it? That's like, yeah, more than that. So I think we'll just do this. Now I have also been testing out, or trying to figure out, the kind of weirdness with the crafting, and I was pretty sure that it was an issue with the subnet. Hold on, let me just do this. All right, there we go. We got some music too. I was pretty sure it was the subnet, and we'll go over that in a second. Let me just double check that this is emptying. Yeah, there we go. All right, cool. That looks kind of funny way up here. I haven't really like I haven't looked at these like from so high up. Bad. It still looks really cool. Yeah. So we have 7 producing power now because we have the 1 in our base. And we are actually making a decent chunk of power. I let the world run overnight. And I want to say about 250. So now we're up to 300. So we are definitely making a net gain. I want to get at least 2 more, I think, before I throw another Astral Fabricator. Which, speaking of Astral Fabricators, we got all the things going on. I threw another one in there. So now we have 3, but for some reason, I'm not sure, I'm just not understanding how these work. The parallel didn't actually go up. It does say it detects 3 of them, but it was 32 parallel before, and the power hasn't changed. So it's still using the same amount of power, same parallel, but the fabricators it's detected has gone up. So not really sure what's going on there. I thought that the parallel would have gone up with 3 of them. Maybe it'll go up with 4, but seems kind of weird that the first one did 8 parallel, the second one did 32, and then the third one doesn't do anything. Not really sure. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna keep adding more. I think we're aiming for at least 8 in there, I think. Because this is where the majority of our resources come from. Unfortunately, it is only a 21% chance, so it doesn't come in fast. It just comes in very large chunks all at once. I think we get like want to say we get like 800,000 Universium when that succeeds. Unfortunately, it succeeding doesn't always happen. But that is why we are doing that. Because if you think about it, that's like 32 IF harmonies all working. So it is kind of crazy, the parallel. Alright, so like I said, I was trying to figure out why the heck we were running into issues with the crafting. And I had a feeling it was something to do with the subnet. I can actually connect this right here. And as we know, when I was trying to craft stuff up, we had a certain amount of the molten universium, and when I would go to craft it up, so this is 20,000 ingots. So if we have that, yeah, it works fine, not a problem. But if I try to do like 22,000 ingots, it's like, now it's saying we have 3.1 million and it won't start. So it's like, I've never actually seen it do that before, where the A system like reads a certain amount, but then when it's trying to calculate it, it's showing as double. I have seen it show double in here, but it only had half. I've never seen it do that when crafting. So I was trying to figure out what the heck was going on, and I knew it was something with this. And what I realized, one, I pulled out the drive, wherever it is in here. Threw it in the main network and there wasn't a problem. So I knew it was something with the subnet. What I found out is it's actually having a fluid storage bus and a regular storage bus is what is causing the issue. And I think, kind of guessing, is that these drops are kind of treated as like an item. So by having the fluid storage bus, it was like double reading it. So I've broken that and just have a regular storage bus. So now, if I tried to craft up 21,000 ingots, now it's just saying it doesn't have enough and it can't start. So it's not like reading double. It was totally this fluid storage bus that was doing it. So we'll just remove that. And yeah, like I said, I think it's because these are kind of treated as a item. Oh, is it because I just realized, didn't we add that? Here, let's go back to Mars. We added that when we were setting up the subnet. Were we having that issue before I set that subnet up? I'm trying to remember. We added this fluid thing to set up these recipes on the subnet. I wonder if that is causing those to be treated differently now. That might be it. Maybe that's what I added that, and then we started having issues. I don't remember when I started having issues with crafting, though. Yeah, I wonder if that is actually it. Because that's the thing that converts, it like converts between items and things, doesn't it? I can't put that on there, but yeah, we did add that. It will represent the fluids that are stored as drops. Yeah. They will be the item equivalent of fluids. I bet you that's what it was. That's why originally when I put them down, we didn't have that on this subnet. So I probably needed both the fluid storage bus and the item. But when I added that, it started treating them as items. I bet that's what it was. How random. What a random kind of thing. Alright. Because, yeah, it was like working, and then all of a sudden it decided it didn't want to work. Also, I've had the world running for quite some time. It feels like we're going to need to restart it. Yeah, let me restart my world really. I think we are capping on our garbage collection here. It just... Yep. We are full. It's because I've been jumping between dimensions. Okay, we are back. The world's been running for a while, and I just was trying to look at how much Universium we had, and I realized we have a bit of an issue, and I don't know if it's that big of a problem. I mean, the main kind of issue is just having all this stuff on a subnet. I should just probably just have it on the main network by this point. But I did notice that if we do the fluid terminal, the stuff actually doesn't pop up. So we look, for example, condensed, we have 6 million, but if we actually look here, we actually have 2.6 billion. So throwing that thing on the subnet has really kind of screwed up trying to work with the fluids here. I will have to, if I want to fix that, I am going to have to move stuff around with our QFTs and then the other ones. I don't know. I'll have to think about that, how I want to do that. I may void a lot of stuff too. I don't think we necessarily need a lot of the certain things. Like, we need some of this stuff, but we definitely don't need billions of polystyrene and stuff like that. Raw growth catalyst medium, we actually need it a little bit, but yeah, some of this stuff, like, I don't know, I'm like, I don't need this in these massive amounts. But I don't know if I necessarily want to like void it. Like molten styrene, like we don't really ever use, we don't use it for any of those things, but there is like a recipe that uses it here kind of thing, so I don't know. All right, that one actually has molten silicon rubber. I believe there is a couple things that use like rings or something like that. I honestly, I don't remember. But anyway, so yeah, that isn't entirely ideal, but I believe we do have enough. Yes, we do have enough Universium now to finish the last of our component assembly line casings. Yeah, I also kind of want to get rid of all these. I may just make... Getting the stuff out of there is going to be a pain as well. I don't know, I'll have to think about that. I think I'll just probably do digital singularities for the stuff I want to keep and then just void all the other stuff. But I do have to kind of go through everything. Yeah, and also trying to, like I said, like export all that stuff is going to be a bit of a pain. All right, but yeah, we will get these done. I think it was just the motors. There's a couple other things we do also need, but the main crafting thing is the motors, since I have all the other stuff done. Okay, looks like it has finished. There we go. There are 43 of those. Man, I can't believe we actually have these crafted up. That felt like it was never going to happen. I think I'm just... Actually, probably just go underneath, can't we? Yeah. Probably the... Wait, I can just do... We could probably just do a thing of, whatchamacallit, the wand. Wand of equal trade. I've totally forgot how this was. I think that's how it's set up, right? Yeah, I think. Alright, got a little excited there. Just, okay, so that formed. Okay, let's try this. I'll put this just on the end. Yeah, all right, it does work. Doesn't work for every block. I can't remember. I was just trying to switch something else. Doesn't work for... Oh, it didn't work for the input buses, which, I mean, is not super surprising. Docking input hatches and stuff like that, it doesn't like to work with. Seem to work okay with this. There we go. Let's hope that has formed. It's hard to get out of there. Yes, all right, cool. So there we go. There is the final tier, at least for now, until they add another one. There are one more tier in NEI, but it doesn't have a recipe. Now, the only kind of minor issue at the moment, and this will, as we obtain more Universium, will stop being a issue, is if I want to craft up just the one, we probably have enough. Yeah, we have enough Universium for that. But if I want to do just one with this recipe, we need 138 Universium just to craft up that. But you do save on the resources. Like that's enough for 48, I believe. Yeah, that's enough Universium for 48. It's basically you pay 48, the resources for 48, but you get 64. And then if you are doing other things, you get the discount twice. So you get the discount on the motors, and then you get the discount on the pistons, and then if you craft up robot arms, you get the discount again. So you can kind of see there's 48 and 96, but you get 64. So the more complicated components, you kind of like double dip on the saving. So it's definitely worth it, but until we start building up our Universium again, and like I said, we are just letting the world run, but unfortunately, it's not coming in super quick. You gotta wait for the thing to run, but I do think you might as well start doing this. And UEV or UMV. Wait, that's UHV? Oh, that's UHV. I thought that was UMV. I was like, wow, we're really doing wraps of pico circuits. UHV. Do we have? Yeah, we already have that. All right, cool. So yeah, I think we'll just at least start with the motors. I'll get this. I don't think I'm gonna get rid of all the other recipes right away. But I guess... No, actually, I think... No, I think I will actually just remove these for now. We shouldn't... I mean, even though it might take a while to build up the resources for that, we're actually saving. So there's really no reason to actually do those, I think. But I'm sure there are other recipes I'm going to have to do. Yeah. Yeah, you can see now we need a bit more. We'll get a whole bunch when it finishes, but... it might take a little while to get it. Alright, so now that we have that, I do think another astral array will just keep... I think we'll just keep going for... Yeah, we basically just need more resources. That's kind of what we're working at. There's no other major thing that we need to do right now. It's really hard to talk and type at the same time. Or at least type different stuff than you're saying. Alright. Now, while we are doing other stuff, though, I could maybe try to sort this out. Why don't we... Yeah, actually, why don't we start... I'm gonna have to change all these things over. I'm just kind of like delaying the inevitable. All this kind of craziness under here. I mean, we should get this all sorted, but I'm gonna have to switch this to not go. And the other kind of annoying thing though is this, because we've been switching these over to a subnet, but then if I move the other stuff back, I don't know. Does it really matter if I can't see all the stuff on the fluid one? I'm like, does that really matter? Oh, that's when we took out the... Well, we just manually removed the drops or whatever. The items, and then I put it back. Like if I do that and put it back, it'll show up there. Sure, if I did like a priority. Wonder if that would change it. If I did that, put it back, does it convert it back over? No, it doesn't. I might leave that. Actually, I think there might be other things that have a priority as well, a 10 priority. I don't know. But if I want to do this, I have to put this in there. So it is kind of weird doing this. I mean, we can see all the stuff there, but it definitely, by not having the fluid storage bus on a dual interface, I wonder if we have it on a different one. I think a different one would. Like, having the fluid storage buses on the same one, do we think that is what's causing the issue? I have a feeling it's just having both on the subnet is what is doing it, but now I'm kind of curious. We do that just to... I'm just kind of curious. All right, so if we do that... So that should show everything shows up on our fluid terminal now that I added that. So if I try to craft up, try these again. 1100, oops. Let's do like 1100. Nope, it still does that. Yeah, I had a feeling. I didn't think that was going to change anything, but I did want to test it. All right. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if... What happens if we... Because I really don't... I want to switch these over to subnets. I just haven't got around to switching these over, because I need to change the stuff up over here. And I just haven't got around to doing it yet. We basically just need to, I think it's, yeah, this one. We'd have to basically just switch it over to that subnet. I wonder if instead of sending it to the subnet, like all the items and fluids, instead of sending them to the subnet, we send them to the main network. but then we just have the subnet that we do the crafting on with a fluid storage bus on the main network. Like, we kind of like do that for like a... So actually, probably could just like... Let me think about this for a second. Maybe we will... Like, I don't need to have it over here or anything like that. We could just do a whole separate... Like, just a random dual interface, like, over here somewhere. Now I'm just kind of curious. Okay, we are back. I've gone ahead and actually... I'm starting to craft up the next astral array, because obviously Universium is the main bottleneck. And the faster we get Universium, the faster we can start crafting up the Stargate. That's the main reason we're crafting all these up. And every time we throw down another astral array or another Eye of Harmony, we're just getting more resources to craft up more Eye of Harmonies faster and faster. Like, we just crafted up, what, didn't we do 2 in like 1 day? Which is kind of crazy. 2 tier 9 Eye of Harmonies all in 1 day. But I am crafting up another astral array because I want to get this going. And I want to see what happens when you put 4 in there, because that really kind of threw me for a loop, seeing the total parallel didn't actually go up. Even though I threw 1 in there, and it does register that there is 3 in there, so that was a bit surprising. So we'll get that. And you may also notice I am dumping a whole bunch of stuff in my bookmarks. I basically am just kind of going through here and making note of stuff that we need to craft like millions of. If that's 100,000 of those. The main reason is you can see it drops down to 0. So I think just increasing the amount instead of having a 1-to-1 do like 256 to 512. I think it'll just make the calculations better for AE, and I think it is just kind of better for crafting. But I'm just kind of quickly picking out some of the crazy ones. And then I will fix those. But we'll slowly kind of get everything upgraded as we go. Yeah, like 8.5 million. So we'll switch that recipe and stuff. But not everything needs to be done right this second. Like, if we only need to craft up 1,000 ingots of titanium, like, I'm not going out of my way to change that recipe right now. Alright, so like I said, I'm going to craft this up. We can actually remove that now. I'm going to continue crafting up this astral array. I'm doing the field generators at the moment. And yeah, let's get more of those parallels going in our Eye of Harmonies. Anyway, that's going to be it for today. So thanks for watching. Have a good one.